Hello everyone, I hope you're keeping well and safe. This book today is called A is for Africa, and it's been written by a lady called Ifeoma Onyefulu, and she's from Africa. She's from Nigeria, and she shares lots of information about different traditions in Africa. A is for Africa. There's a map that shows Africa, the continent, and Nigeria, which is where she's from, just there. A is for Africa, a great continent of many countries and peoples. The African people come from large families called tribes. They may dress differently and speak different languages, but Africa is home to them all. B is for beads. A girl may wear on her head, ears or neck. They come in lots of different shapes, sizes and colours: red, green, blue and yellow. C is for canoe, to paddle down the river. Canoes are used for fishing and carrying goods to market. People may visit their friends or take their children to school by canoe. D is for the drums used to make music and announce special meetings and important news in many villages. When a newborn baby arrives, relatives and friends may welcome him or her into the world with the sound of drums. E is for embrace. We give our loved ones. Africans are very warm people, and this is how they welcome relatives and friends. Dancers embrace at the end of a performance. They embrace to show their happiness and give each other support. F is for feathers. An Igbo chief wears on his hat. Hats and feathers are handed down from father to son when the son reaches middle age. This Igbo chief's feathers are from the eagle. In his tribe, women can be chiefs too, but they don't wear feathers. G is for grandmother, telling wonderful stories about animals and people who lived long ago. She is a very special person in family life. H is for mud houses, just right for a hot climate. Most places in Africa are hot during the day and cool at night. In the daytime, the mud walls keep out the hot sunshine. At night, the mud bricks release the heat that they have absorbed during the day and warm the inside of the house. I is for indigo, a blue powder that comes from the indigo plant, which is used to dye clothes. A good way to dye cloth is to leave it to soak in a mixture of powder and water in a very deep hole in the ground. Letting the cloth dry in the open air releases the colour and helps it to set. J is for jumping with the other children in the village. In the evenings, when the sun is setting, children gather to play. Jumping over a stick is a favourite game. K is for the kola nuts, offered to guests to show warmth and friendship in many parts of Africa. On an important occasion, old men and women may say prayers, and the oldest man present breaks the kola nuts. The nuts grow in pods on tall trees, and they keep well after they have been picked. L is for lamps. Some homemade lamps are made of clay, but these are used milk tins. They have wicks to burn oil, paraffin or kerosene. M is for masquerade, a mask and costume made to honour the spirits of an ancestor. They are sacred objects brought out only for special occasions. The artists chosen to make masquerades spend months designing them before they show them in public. N is for neighbours, passing on the latest news. O is for ornaments, to adorn our bodies. African people love to dress up and look beautiful. In some tribes, people wear decorated bands across their waists or across their chests. Body markings are another kind of ornament. P is for earthenware pots, for storing water and keeping it cool. They give the water a fresh, earthy taste. Women sometimes use a pot as a musical instrument, beating it to give out a very deep sound. Q. Q is for Queen, wearing her crown and splendid jewellery. Not so long ago, there were lots of powerful kings and queens in Africa, but nowadays there are only a few. R. R is for river. Africans believe many rivers are sacred. In villages they take care to keep their river clean, and people set aside special areas for fishing, washing and swimming. S. S is for shaking hands. Children and grown-ups shake hands when they meet friends or relatives. When two Igbo chiefs shake hands, they use the back of the hand, not the front, to show how important they are. Young men and women raise and clasp hands with their friends at big gatherings. T. T is for turban. A Muslim man may wear this special turban if he is very knowledgeable about the Islamic religion and after he has visited Mecca, the holy centre of Islam. Women may also wear turbans to help them carry heavy loads on their heads. U. U is for umbrella, even better than a big leaf or for giving shelter from the hot sun. A mother will use an umbrella to shade a new baby, and market traders will use one to stop their goods wilting in the sun. V is for village, where many people live together, sharing the same traditions and beliefs. The old people in the village teach the younger ones the old customs, as they were once taught themselves. W is for weaving. Some tribes weave their own fabrics from locally produced cotton. Parents teach the craft to their children. Each region has its own story of how weaving began. X is for xylophone. Many villages use in their music. It is made from wood that gives a beautiful sound. Each key is a different length and makes a different note when the player strikes it. Y is for yam, that grow in our gardens. They are like potatoes, but yams are bigger and take longer to grow. We boil yams or roast them and eat them with palm oil. Either way, they taste delicious. Z. Z is a rough zigzag lane leading to my village, and that's the end. How does Ifeoma's account of her life compare with yours? Do you go to school by canoe? Do you dye clothes in a hole in the ground to make beautiful colours? Do you listen to wonderful stories? Do you like to play music with drums? Do you like to give your friends a big hug? Have a think of the things that you do that are the same and things that you do that are different. And hopefully one day we'll be back together again and we'll be able to play with each other and give each other big hugs. Take care, children. See you later. Bye-bye.